Hey everyone, it's Brigie from Boujee, Texas Barbecue, and today we're making open fire fajitas and street corn. With summer being around the corner, I had to share this recipe. It's actually a pretty simple recipe. We're going to chop up some bell peppers. Green bell peppers give fajitas the most flavor, regardless if you're making steak, chicken, or shrimp, or all three like we're doing today. Make sure you include a hefty amount of green bell peppers. I'm actually doing assorted bell peppers today because when I think of summer, I think of bright colors. And if you want to plan a cookout for summer, this is going to be the go-to recipe. It's presentable, it's easy, somewhat quick, and definitely a crowd pleaser. So just slice and throw them into a mixing bowl. Next, we're going to slice up about 2 yellow onions. I definitely prefer yellow or sweet onions when it comes to fajitas. You can definitely use white or red onions, but me personally, I just prefer yellow onions. Just like the bell peppers, just slice and throw them into a mixing bowl. Next, we have garlic. I'm just a big garlic lover. I used about 5 cloves of garlic. Just chop them up and throw them into the bowl. So now we're just gonna mix these veggies well and divide them. I chilled half of the veggies and the other veggies are actually gonna go into the fajita marinade. Let's start with steak fajitas. Today I'm using skirt steak, but you can also use flank steak. So we're gonna add some kosher salt. We're gonna add a good amount of salt, make sure all the meat will be covered. Next, we're gonna add coarse black pepper. Just add enough that you can kind of eyeball that it's gonna cover all the meat. Next, we're gonna add red steak seasoning. Of course, I'm gonna have the full ingredient list down below, but just make sure that it's fully covered on both sides. And of course, you know we have to add garlic powder. And some onion powder. Ground Comino. And lots of veggies. So that wraps up the dry part of the marinade. Let's get to the wet part. Beer marinated fajitas just hit different in the summer. I'm pretty sure most of y'all can agree. For best results, marinate overnight, but you can also marinate for a minimum of 6 hours. We're gonna add 2 oranges, 1 lemon, and 1 lime. These are going to be the most tender fajitas ever, I promise. Alright, when it comes to the chicken and shrimp, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to add lots of veggies just like the steak, and we're going to add the same amount of citrus, oranges, lemons, and limes. Now, I don't recommend marinating the shrimp overnight because all of that citric acid is going to basically cook the shrimp. Instead of red steak seasoning, we're going to add some orange pepper. Everything else will be the same. Garlic powder, onion powder, ground comino, salt, pepper, all of that's the same except we're subbing in orange pepper. Now this step is optional, but I promise it's going to explode your taste buds. We are going to add chipotles and adobo sauce. I did add some water when I blended them. Make sure you mix them well. I recommend marinating these up to 4 hours. Now let's preheat our grill. Actually going to heat it to 350 degrees first and you'll see why next. Today I'm using the Oklahoma Joe's Firecraft. This is my favorite grill when it comes to high heat cooks. Now the reason we're starting at 350 degrees is because we are actually going to cook our corn first. Once our smoker is up to temp, we can add our corn and we're actually going to cook these for about 20 minutes. Towards the end of the cook, we'll end up searing them. Don't forget to cover. After 20 minutes, we can crank the heat up to 400 degrees and add our skirt steak. I really wish there was a smell button because guys, these smell amazing. Now there's a big difference between being burned and charring fajitas. Just 5 to 7 minutes on each side. Just let the flames kiss the steak. Don't overcook it. And the good thing about the Firecraft is we can adjust the grates during the cook to prevent burning. No one likes a burned aftertaste. Now it's time for the chicken fajitas. After the steak, the temp of the Firecraft actually dropped to 350 degrees, which is the perfect temperature to cook these chicken fajitas. We are going to cook these till they reach an internal temp of 165 degrees, flipping continuously throughout the cook. And as you can see, they've just been on for a couple minutes, and the marinade mixture that we had them in gave them such a pretty color, and the smell is to die for. My coals are doing pretty good on maintaining 350 degrees, so I don't have to refuel for our next step, but this will be the time to refuel if needed. I'm adding this griddle that I found on the Oklahoma Joe's website for the veggies and the shrimp, and it's a perfect fit for the firecraft. I thought the smell of the steak and chicken was to die for, but when the veggies hit this griddle, my breath was taken away. We're going to sear these for a couple minutes before we add the shrimp. You can also cook them until they're done and pull them off before you add the shrimp. This is just the way my family prefers. Remember, shrimp cooks fast, so just a couple minutes on each side. This is what I was talking about when it came to colors. They just pop and stick out. This is the part if you're having a cookout where your friends and family are going to want to come over to see what you're doing just from the sight and aroma. Alright, our shrimp is done, just in time, so we're just going to pull that off. We're going to cook the veggies a little longer. I prefer them a little charred. You can cook them to your desired preference. Next, once our corn is done and cooled, we're going to peel the husks from the corn and basically just put them directly onto the grate. And we're going to treat this corn just like tortillas. We are going to flip continuously until we reach our desired color. Alright, now we're done with the cooking part. Let's get to the slicing. Slicing skirt steak properly is very crucial. We want that melt in your mouth effect when you're biting into a taco or just eating them by themselves. So slant your knife diagonally when you slice. I did zoom in on this part so you could see how I sliced and to see how juicy they came out. I'll try my best to go slow. And of course we had to do the pull test. Now that's some tender fajitas. Alright, let's get to the chicken. I let them rest in a disposable pan, and this is all the juices that came out of it. Remember, all those juices are flavor, so just pour it back on there and slice. Next is our street corn. This is the way I grew up eating them. There's many different ways on how to dress street corn. This is just the way my family enjoys it. So we're going to add some room temperature butter. Next, we're going to add some mayo. Don't knock it till you try it. I'm using roughly 1 tablespoon per corn, or 1 squeeze. And make sure you spread it throughout each corn, front and back. Next, we're going to add some lemon pepper, a heavy amount of lemon pepper, and some chili powder. Again, a heavy amount. Next, we're going to sprinkle some cotija cheese, not Parmesan. I don't know why people think Parmesan goes on street corn, but it's cotija cheese. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Till next time, guys, enjoy.